Hello, this is Arjun once again, and we are going to talk about the qualification scenario of the T20 World Cup 2026. Now, the qualification scenario for India is quite clear. South Africa needs to beat West Indies, and then India needs to win their remaining two games. If South Africa does not beat the West Indies, then with the net run rate scenario, India has to go nuclear in their other two games to qualify. Now, the possibilities of South Africa beating West Indies is quite high because South Africa needs to be win that match to qualify as well, and they are playing in Ahmedabad, and they're playing very well. And normally they have got an excellent record against the West Indies. Even before the World Cup, they had played uh, T20 series where South Africa beat the West Indies comprehensively. They even chased down around 220 in about 16, 17 overs to win the match. And that is the series where Rickelton started batting at number three, and it was decided that Stubbs and um, who was it? Who were not included in the beginning. Stubbs were not included in the beginning. He was included in the team. So South Africa seems to be a team which is capable enough to beat the West Indies, and then India needs to go on and win the remaining two matches to qualify for the semis. Now, if that doesn't happen and West Indies does beat South Africa, then India has to win both their games in about a margin of close to 100 runs in order to qualify. In that case, India has to ensure that South Africa does not qualify and they get over the net run rate of South Africa. We are not looking at West Indies after that because South Africa's net run rate is 3.8 positive, India's is 3.8 negative, and West Indies is more than 5 positive. So if West Indies wins, they will be even out of reach. South Africa will be lesser than that. So after South Africa beats Zimbabwe, if that is a close game, then if India beats Zimbabwe and West Indies by a huge margin, that is almost 100 runs. In that case, India either has to win the games in within 15 overs, or they have to bat first and score 250 plus in both the games to ensure that they qualify for the semis, which will be a very unlikely scenario. So if South Africa loses to West Indies, it's curtains for India, more or less. And if South Africa do win, then we will have to win against Zimbabwe and West Indies, which India should do and qualify for the semi-finals. On the other group, the situation is that England has already qualified, and it's most likely that New Zealand will be the next team because New Zealand is likely to beat Sri Lanka. That will give them 3 points. And then against the game against England, England is not batting well at all. So I would say that New Zealand should win that game and qualify for the semis as well. As far the Pakistani scenario is concerned, it's only dependent on divine intervention. How? They can beat Sri Lanka, and then a lot of other combinations can happen. New Zealand can lose to Sri Lanka can lose to England, Pakistan, and then finally they qualify. We will discuss about that group in detail in our next video. But as of now, the most important thing is the Indian qualification chances, which relies on South Africa. Now, India has been a great supporter of South African re-entry in the world cricket. When South Africa was uh, cricket was facing bankruptcy, Indian franchisee owners went there and invested in the South African to create the SA T20 to save the South African cricket from bankruptcy. And India also lost a home series 3-0 out of the blue, which was almost the unthinkable, and allowed South Africa to play the World Test Championship final, which they won as their first ICC trophy after the 1998 ICC knockout or slash the Champions Trophy. So we have done a lot for South Africa, so better return the favor. Just beat the West Indies, keep India alive, and we will then win the next two games and qualify for the semis. Thank you. This is Arjun signing out. We are going to meet again before the India game, India Zimbabwe game, and let's hope when we meet again, India is still alive in this tournament. Thank you. Bye now.